United States government has a list of hotels to stay in. I would like to know what is happening inside of these hotels, such as Hong Kong, Sheraton, and others. Do these hotels have the Chinese government monitoring equipment? There must be. That is to say, in August and September, it was an underground operation. I went down once. I went down to this basement. It was the Ren Fang's project, and a part of it was not a Ren Fang's project. It is a solid wall, like if it is made of iron. At that time, it was 1.8 meters, front and back, and it was made according to their requirements. I drank a lot. When I went down, on the shot, I told them, look, when we designed this building, Master Li Zuyuan didn't even know there was this space. Li Zuyuan? Li Zuyuan just came home, just saw him coming home, got off from the car. I was like, what do you mean by that? He came to Beijing? He said, look, he switched his screen. At that time, Mr. Li Zuyuan's earliest office in Taiwan's Dunshi South Road, the Hongguo building, moved from the Hongguo building because the government took over the Hongguo building. He went to rent another office building. I do not know where. Master Li Zuyuan came down from the building and got in this brand new BMW. Then is the video recording. And Mr. Li Zuyuan drove away. It gave me goosebumps when I found out that Taiwan was under your surveillance. Oh, Mr. Guo, he said, you're just faking it. He said, look, America. He opened up his monitor screen. The southwest corner of the White House, the southwest corner of the State Department, is in a car. It's a venting truck. It's a wide-angle mirror. It's not fixed, but very clear. The wide angle that's facing the White House is about 180 degrees, just like that. How clear. And the sound, not just the image. Because the surveillance is visual and audio, instant, live sound. It sounds like a radar. It can settle down whenever it sweeps, and then it gets louder. The thing stuck with me the most was when George W. Bush was the president. And we all know that the west wing of the White House is big. And that part of the Capitol, that pillar, and the top of that pillar has a dot that you can zoom in on. Mr. Guo, there's just someone in the window talking about the Chinese Olympic Games. White House to Taiwan. And then, let's look at Japan. There's a small town in Japan, I forgot the name. Thailand, Australia, Russia, Norway. I took a look at it. It's all under surveillance. So I told you about Huawei, he said, and it told me at that time, our future is everywhere in the world. You can see whoever you want to see. I remember it so well. You're still talking about whether you can be monitored. That's a piece of cake. That's why HNA bought the Hilton. Why does HNA have to be at the highest point in the world? He's not here to monitor you. It's an operation center. The southwest corner of the White House must be facing the west wing and the administration. Yeah. Right by the side of the road. There's a car right there. In that case, the White House administration building faces the other side of the building. Do you know whose office this is? National Security. But when it comes to the west wing, I remember up front, there was 4 venting trucks. This is really the first time I have said this. There are only 4 of them, and they can be found. I will look for it when I get back. Won't let them run away. You should tell the U.S. government not to let them get away. Must be a vending car. Because why do I know? Next to the little girl, you look at us, this vending car, any one of us can go. I said, you're so fierce. That time is the Olympic Games. We are now in Tibet. From the past 600, now has become 160,000 monitoring devices. So whenever I went to Tibet, I would pay special attention to this. I said this 160,000 monitoring devices, because at that time, soldiers and security divisions are accompanying me to see this place. This place is not for the tourist. I asked the guy, how do you monitor these places? How do you install them? And I found out that they're using the fire brigade. Everywhere needs a fire brigade. I want to inspect the fire control for you. The fire department can install the monitoring devices anywhere they want. All the llamas, when they went to the bathrooms, that's where the most cameras are. Really, it's the most places. I haven't seen too much of it. You can't even imagine. Now you're interested in watching. Really, if I let you to see it, after a while you will get bored. Its camera is facing the toilet. Focus on the genitals. A waterfall of urine. The more you see it, you will find it very disgusting. You know why? You don't understand that. The core of any Tibetans is the persons who take off their clothes, your physical characteristics, what's in you, and the other things, your sex life. This is really a person's core secret. So a lot of foreigners, when you go to China, go to the bathroom and make phone calls. Or go to the bathroom and take shower. Even the leaders. One of the Committee on Present Danger said the other day, Mr. Guo, you know, when I go to China, I always make phone calls in the bathroom. I laughed myself to teeth. The Chinese Communist Party's the main preoccupations is the bathroom. You ask Beijing, the St. Regis Hotel. Bush had an interview at this place. Before they came to seal this place. Before they came to seal this room. This is an American hotel. Presidential suite. Before he went to seal, the entire room was checked by the U.S. government for a long time, but he forgot. He really did not know. This is our Mr. Gao Hui in charge at that time. He installed the monitoring devices from upstairs to downstairs with a stunning number of these things. He had to run from Israel to get a new set of equipment on his private plane, and he was using it. So, you and the friends of the United States or the Western world, the evil side of the Communist Party, you do not understand.
所以说，你也好，美国的朋友也好，西方世界对共产党的邪恶，你们太不当回，你们太不了解。
Support Rule of Law Foundation is a way of helping yourself in the future. 支持法治基金就是支持中国人民的未来。Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. The Voice of Kwok Media.